I have an interesting question for you guys. I've been pondering this for a while, and I have my own thoughts about this, but I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are first. So, are we all individuals? Are we all one? Or are we both individuals and all one at the same time? And you may be wondering, how could that happen? How could that be both at the same time? We'll talk about that. So, let's talk about individuals. Obviously, we can see why we could think that we're all individuals, because we all live separate lives. We have different thoughts. One person may agree on one thing, but another person may disagree on it. So it's pretty easy to see that, we do have some individual characteristics. Then there's also the idea behind us conforming to other people's opinions and to us, mimicking each other and having like instincts that are innate within us. And we start to act based on how other people act a lot of the times. And, you may disagree with this, but that's just proven science. 90 to 95% of our daily actions and thoughts come from our subconscious mind. And this part of our mind likes to mimic other people. It likes to fit in with society, right? But then even deeper than that, we look at like examples within nature. So we look at examples with nature like butterflies, where they migrate and they die, along the migration path, but their offspring are able to continue that migration path because it's been handed down. Same thing as birds, right? That information has been handed down to them so they can understand how to do this without even needing to speak to each other. At least that's what we can, from what we can tell, right? Or it's some other collective consciousness between them. And it's possible that we all have a collective consciousness where we could actually tap in to it and be able to understand each other much more on a much deeper level. And I think that possibly us coming to Earth, choosing to be here in this moment, and this may, be controversial or whatnot, but this is where my thoughts are right now, is that we chose to be here on this Earth, and we chose to be living the life that we're living and to experiencing the things that we're experiencing, no matter how good or how bad they are. We're essentially trying to experience life, and we are but just spirits. These human bodies are just vessels that we're inhabiting to experience the world in the way that we want to be able to experience it. And that's really interesting to think about. And then where I've heard people talk about how we're both individuals and we're all connected at the same time is that actually we're all just aspects of God. We're all just parts of his creation. We've been given part of him, and we've forgotten that we actually are part of God, and that we are essentially God. We're just another aspect of God, and that really we came here and we forgot so we could experience this individual perspective and be able to experience what the world's like when maybe when maybe we're not believing that we're fully supported, that we are the creators of creation. Oh, it's a really interesting thought. And obviously there's no way you can know for sure, but I find that makes the most sense to me, that we chose to be here. I asked my son, Oliver, did you choose to come and have us as parents? He said yes. And I've heard other videos and seen other people where kids literally ask their parents, say, thank you so much for being my parent. I'm so glad I chose you as my dad. And they're like, what? Right? It's interesting to think about. But I do believe that is the case, because if you think about it, there's a lot of people who do past life regressions, are able to experience things that they've experienced in a past life. And how else could we have done that unless that we're not actually our human bodies, but we're just a spirit that's able to inhabit different bodies, different life forms. So for all we know, we could reincarnate as a beetle, as a bird, as a tree. It's an interesting thought experiment. And these are kind of the things I think that are good to think about, right? Because they are really important questions to ask. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Are we all individuals? Are we all one? Are we actually a mix of both? Are we individuals and we're all one? I'd love to hear what you guys' opinions are on it. I feel like it's a fascinating subject. Make sure you guys give this video a like and share it around so we can get as many comments on here as possible. Thank you guys. Hope you all have a good rest of your day.